Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. Welcome back for our Sunday school time. I am coming to you from church today at Playground. I know that this has been a very odd season, but I hope you have enjoyed the parables so far that we've been going through in July. So I'm here just to give you a little bit of a reminder and a welcome. My friends, as we go through the next 4 Sundays of stories together, we're going to learn a little bit about some women of the Bible that we haven't necessarily had time to talk about before, and I'm so excited to do it with you through the Good Shepherd curriculum. Please enjoy, wonder, ask questions, and just take time to think about all of these great stories. Parents, remember, and guardians, this is not a time for you to answer those questions. Be in wonder and amazement right along with your children. And some of the time, these questions don't even have answers. We hope that you'll connect with us after the 9:30 Facebook Live worship service through the Children and Family Ministry Facebook group, or also on the website to find these videos. Finally, kiddos, there are extra activities for you to do to help you learn even more about these great stories. Where can you find those? Just head on over to the Children and Family Ministries Facebook page. Thank you again for joining us. Let's get started and enjoy these stories with our storytellers. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back for another great Good Shepherd story. Today, I have a very sacred story to talk to you about, and it is called A Baby Named Laughter. And let me tell you, this one is very special to my heart. Hopefully you can maybe figure out why. As we get ready for our story today, all of the words to this story are inside of me. Would you make silence with me as I get ready to find all of these words to share with you? After the man named Abraham and the woman named Sarah had found the Lord in all the desert, they lived happily in the land that the Lord had given them. It was called Canaan. They had many cattle and sheep. Abraham was thought to be very wealthy by his neighbors. Many times, Abraham remembered the covenant, the promise the Lord had given him. The Lord had promised that Abraham would have as many children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on, as there were stars in the sky and sand on the shore. But Abraham was worried. He was getting to be an old man, and Sarah was becoming an old woman, and they still had no child. One day, Abraham looked out and saw 3 strangers approaching. It was a very hot day, and Abraham went to offer these 3 strangers cool water to drink and food to eat. The 3 strangers accepted, and Abraham and Sarah hurried to find food and fix it for them. and then Abraham brought it back to them. The men asked, "Where is your wife?" Abraham said, "She is in the tent." Then the voice of the Lord spoke. "Next spring at this time," said the Lord, "your wife Sarah will have a son." Sarah was listening at the door to her tent when she heard the words about the baby, and she laughed. She was 99 years old, and Abraham was 100. She thought she was too old to have a child. Then the voice of the Lord spoke to Abraham. "Why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for the Lord to do?" The Lord remembered the promise made to Abraham and Sarah. The next spring, a precious baby boy was born to Abraham and Sarah. They named him Isaac, which means laughter. And Sarah said, "God has made laughter for me." And Abraham and Sarah and the baby named Laughter lived long in the land the Lord had given them. I wonder what the Lord's voice sounded like. I wonder what Sarah's laughter sounded like. And I wonder if Sarah laughed after her baby was born. I also have some wondering questions for our older friends. How do you think Sarah and Abraham felt about God's promise when they got to be really old and still didn't have a baby? There are many kinds of laughter. In your experience, you have heard laughter that makes you hurt, the kind that makes fun of someone. You have also heard laughter that makes you want to join in with the ones laughing. When Sarah heard the words about the baby, she laughed. Which kind of laughter was this? I wonder. Sarah and Abraham were so old it had to be God who had created the baby. Have you ever felt like there were times when you did something and you don't know how you did it? Have you considered that maybe God had a hand in it? What a special story, friends. Watch carefully as I put these back in our basket. Wow, Sarah. Abraham. Who are these three strangers? Maybe this can be your work, and you can share it with friends and family. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today for this special story all about Sarah and Abraham, and if you didn't figure it out, which that's okay, Isaac. My son's name is Isaac, and actually he is named after this very special story. If you would like to add more to your week and continue to dive into this story, I invite you to join us on the Children and Family Ministries Facebook page. We have games and activities and coloring pages there for you so you can continue on this journey. I miss you so much, and I hope we get to see each other soon. But until then, have a great week. Thanks for joining me.